Hi friends, this workout is going to be a floor workout using one yoga block. Let's get started. We're going to come to all fours. So we're kneeling, and then I want you to place your block under your shin, and then we're going to walk our forearms out so that our elbows are right under our shoulders. And then from here, you're gonna kind of float this knee up off the floor. Toe is pointed, and then we're gonna take that leg back to straight. From here, keeping both hip bones pointed down, we're going to just lower and lift the leg. I want you to really focus on a nice straight leg here. We're keeping our ribs pulling in, so try not to allow your ribs to flare. We want that nice core connection here. And my gaze is about between my thumbs. And if this isn't working for you, feel free to get rid of the block. Nice and slow. Let's lift for 4, 3, 2. Last one, we're gonna hold it up, and then from here, we're going to draw our knee to our supporting knee. So we're going knee to knee, and then extend the leg back, raise the elbows. Lower, and press. So now we're adding some triceps, just adding upper body. Be really careful here that your back isn't arching. If you feel your back arching here, I want you to get rid of the block. Good, we're here for 4, 3, 2. Last one. And then we're gonna take it back up. So your choice, elbows up or elbows down. If you feel your back arching, you're gonna bring elbows down. And then from here, we're gonna do a tiny bend, extend, extend. So really feeling the core component and the shoulders here with those elbows lifted, little bend, extend. 4, 3, 2, 1, and then we're gonna hold the legs straight from here, just the elbows. We're gonna just tap down and lift. Try not to let your elbows splay out to the sides. I'm keeping them right below my shoulders. Little tricep press. For 4, 3, 2. Last one, we're gonna bring the elbows down and then just the leg, little tiny lift. We're thinking about stretching that leg as straight as we can, and try to keep your big toe in line with your spine. Little lift. For 4, 3, 2, and 1. You can bring your knee down, and then we're gonna take the block away and bring it out to the side of our body. We're gonna come down onto our side, and then your top leg goes on top of the block. So your shin is gonna be on the block, and then we're gonna extend our bottom leg. Think about lifting your waist away from the mat, and then this hand is just here for support. We're going to lift our bottom leg and lower. Good, head can come down if you want, or you can keep it slightly up to you. So we're pressing this leg into the block. That's gonna help engage both inner thighs as we squeeze them together. And we want to stretch this leg as straight as possible. Good, lift for 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's take the leg back up. So your thigh is hovering over the mat. I want you to bring your leg towards your block and then take it back. So we're going towards our block, and then we're taking the leg straight out from the hip. Keep pressing this leg into the block. You have 4, 3, 2. Last one, we're gonna take the leg straight back out in line with the spine, and then just a little tiny lift at the top. So I'm not bringing my leg down to the mat, I'm just thinking little lifts. Lift up, up. You have 4, 3, 2, 1, and then you can float the leg down to the mat. We're gonna place our block in our hand, and then bend your knees. So your knees are in a slight diagonal in front of the body, And then I like to come up to my forearm here, but you can stay laying down if you want to. We're going to place our block on the top of our top foot. So flex your foot, and then we're gonna slowly and carefully take that leg out to straight. Good, we're gonna hold it here, and then I want you to just do a little tiny lift. The block gives us so much feedback when it's on the foot. It lets you know if you're keeping your leg with no rotation or if you're letting your toes creep up and externally rotate. So the block is basically doing my job for me. Good, little lift. So we're staying lifted out of the obliques. We have a nice long spine. Little lift for 4, 3, 2, last one. And then I want you to float your leg. We're gonna bring our thigh right over our bottom thigh and back. So as I take my leg forward right here, I'm really feeling my core having to work super hard to stabilize. Good, try not to allow the ribs to sink down. Good, let's sweep for 4. Keep that foot flexed. 3, 2, last one. We're gonna take the leg back straight out from the hip, and then I want you to bend. You're gonna bring your leg right over your bottom leg and extend. Good, so we're working side of our glute, side of thigh. Your bottom leg's working really hard to stabilize, and then we also have that core component. Good, let's do 4 more here. 3, 2. Last one, we're gonna take the leg back out, and then I want you to do a little circle back. Little circle back. Good, so hips are stacked. We want this top hip bone right over bottom, same with shoulders. And then we're elongating the spine. Let's circle for 4, 3, 2, and 1. We're gonna hold it up, hold it here, hold for 4, 3, 2, 1, and then you can come up. So take that top leg. We're gonna come up to seated, and then just cross it over your bottom leg, give it a hug. Good, so try to keep both sit bones on the floor, and then nice long spine. Whew. All right, just enjoy your stretch here. If you'd like, you can take your hand, same side as the leg that's crossed over, place it on the mat, fingertips point away from you, and then just bring your chin towards your shoulder, elongating out through the spine. So think top of head pointed up to the ceiling, sit bones grounded. Good, and then bring your gaze back. We're gonna unwrap that leg slowly, and we're gonna come to all fours again, placing our block under the shin. I like it closer to the knee than to the ankle. And then we're gonna walk down to our forearms. And I want you to make sure your forearms are right under your elbow, shoulders down away from the ears, and then let's point the toe on our moving leg. We're gonna take the leg back, super straight, hip bones down, and we lower and lift. Good, so check in here, make sure the ribs are not flaring. We wanna think pulling in, bracing the core. Good, let's do 4 more. 3, 2, last one, we're gonna hold it up, and then from here, we're gonna draw knee to knee, and then as you extend, we're gonna take the elbows up. We wanna really protect the spine here. If you find your back arching, I want you to get rid of the block, or just keep your elbows down. That's okay too. Just working the triceps and the shoulders. Let's do 4, 3, 2. Let's do 1 more. We're gonna take the leg out, and then if you can hold elbows up, you can hold elbows up as long as you can keep your spine in neutral. If your back's arching, bring your elbows down. We're gonna do a tiny bend, extend. The bend is teeny, teeny, tiny. It just happens automatically when you release that extend. So just think reach, reach, reach for 4, 3, 2, 1. We're gonna hold the legs straight and then just the elbows. We're gonna dip, lift, dip, lift. Hello triceps, hello core. Good, you have 4, 3, 2, last one. Let's bring the elbows down and then from here, just a little tiny lift with that leg. Leg is stretching as straight as we can get it. We're keeping the ribs pulling in. We're keeping the big toe in line with spine, little lift. 4, 3, 2, 1, and you can bring the knee down. We're gonna bring our other leg off of the block. So just grabbing the block, setting it outside of your body, and then we're gonna bring it down to our side. And the block is gonna go about the middle of your thigh, and then we're gonna place our top shin on the block. Hips are stacked, shoulders stacked, and then stretch that bottom leg really straight. We're going to lift and lower. If you want to, you can bring your head down. Just lay down all the way. Find what's comfortable for you. Good. So we're bringing our thigh up full range. We're going up as high as we can, and then we're tapping the outside of our leg on the mat. 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's float it back up. And then from here, I want you to sweep towards the block and then sweep it straight out from the hips. So in line with hips and shoulders. Feeling lots of core work as we bring that leg forward. 4, 3, 2. Last one, we're gonna take the leg so it's straight out from the hip and then just a little tiny lift. So we're not bringing our thigh down to the mat, we're just thinking up. Little tiny lift. 4, 3, 2, and 1. You can slowly float the leg down. We're going to come up to our forearm, knees bend slightly in front of the body, heels are about in line with your tailbone, and then we're gonna flex the feet, placing the block on your top foot. All right, we're gonna take the leg out super straight. Hips are stacked, shoulders stacked. We're lifting out of this oblique. And then from here, we're gonna just do a little tiny lift. Little tiny lift. This is such a great way to check in with your form for sideline work, really targeting the outer thigh and our glutes. When we get that external rotation, we're working more quads and we don't get this nice outer thigh, outer glute. So this one, really good way to kind of come back to this in your mind whenever you're doing side work. Just pretend, oh, I have a block on my foot. It's a really good way to self-correct. Little lift for 4, 3, 2, and 1. From here, we're gonna sweep our leg forward. You're gonna go right over this bottom thigh and back. Try not to have any movement in the hips. If you find your hips shifting here, don't go as far, just make it a little bit smaller. It's okay if you're not coming all the way over top of your thigh. Let's sweep for 4, 3, 2, last one. We're gonna take the leg back straight out from the hips, and then I want you to just bend, drawing your knee in, bringing it right over your bottom leg, and extend. Try to exhale right here, really feeling the abs work. Inhale out. Good, really press through the heel, take that leg super straight. Let's do 4 more. 3, 2, last one, straight leg. We're gonna take the leg out and then we're gonna just do a little circle back. Make your circles as big, as small as you want. We're almost done, so if you wanna challenge yourself, see if you can make them a little bit bigger. Circle 4, 3, 2, and 1. From here, we're gonna bring that block to our hand. Great work. And then come on up, taking this leg, top leg, over bottom. Sit bones grounded. We're gonna hug the knee in. And then if you'd like to, you're gonna take your hand same side as this leg that's on top, behind you. And then just bring your chin to your shoulder, elongating the spine. And then bring your head back to center. We're gonna unwrap the legs. Let's do a little diamond leg, soles of feet together. Long spine, and then we hinge forward from the hips with a long spine rather than rounding forward. So you wanna keep a nice long spine, hinging forward, and maybe a little flutter here with the knees if that feels good for you. All right, and then we're gonna do a little bit of core work before we say goodbye today. So grab your block, and then let's place the block between the inner thighs, knees. Mine's between my knees, closer to my hips than my ankles. And then we're gonna walk ourselves down to our elbows. And I want you to get a neutral spine here. So we have no arch, we have no tailbone tucking under, neutral. And then we're gonna float the legs up to a tabletop. So from here, we're gonna find our neutral again. Make sure we have that neutral, shoulders down, and then we lower and lift. The movement is coming from the hips. I'm not changing the bend in my knee. Make sure you're breathing. Let's do 4 more. 3, 2, last one. We're gonna take the knees back up, and then from here, we're gonna roll over onto one cheek. So I'm going over to my left, right cheek's lifted. We're gonna extend the legs, bend, bring it center. Let's go to the same side. So we're gonna twist, extend, bend, and center. So on this twist, I want you to think about the twist coming from below the belly button. So nothing is moving here. I'm just shifting my hips. I'm keeping my belly button pointed up at the ceiling. Good, let's do 4 more. 3, really feeling obliques. 2, last one. And then we're gonna go over to the other side. So we're gonna just raise one cheek, extend, bend, and center. One side might feel like it has a little bit more range of motion than the other. That is okay, that is totally normal. Try to keep the shoulders down away from the ears. Good, let's do 4 more. You got this. 3, 2, and try to really slow everything down so you're not using momentum. Last one. And then we're gonna bring it to center, straight legs, shoulders down, little tiny dip. Little dip and lift, dip and lift. For 4, 3, 2, and 1. You can bend your legs, bring it down, take the block up overhead, stretch the legs out. Take some nice deep breaths here. Just really finding some length in the body, letting your lungs expand as you inhale. And then you can let go of your block, drawing the knees in towards chest, and then we'll just gently rock side to side here. Take your shoulders with you so you can get a nice massage all the way up the back. Let's do 1 more rock to each side. And then from here, we're gonna step our heels out to the edges of our mat. Hands can go down to the sides, and then just side to side with the knees. I call this a windshield wiper. Massaging out the glutes, loosening up the low back. Let's do 1 more to each side. And then we'll bring the knees towards chest 1 more time. Hold on behind your knees and then gently bring your feet down to roll up. Excellent work today, everybody. I hope you enjoyed this floor workout, and I'll see you next class.